Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and we're taking a look today at another product from Sandisk in their professional line. This is the G Drive project, and what this is an incredibly well-constructed external spinning hard drive. This one is the 6 terabyte version, but these go all the way up to 22 terabytes. And what sets this apart beyond its build quality is that it also has support for their blade product that we looked at in a prior video. And what you can do is take your blade out of your little external drive here and pop it in to the project to offload its data. And this is compatible with both Thunderbolt along with USB 3 and 4. And we're going to take a closer look at this in just a second, but I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosure, that this came in free of charge from WD. However, all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. No one is paying for this review, nor has anyone reviewed or approved what you're about to see before it was uploaded. So let's get into it now and see what this external drive is all about. Now, the price point on this starts at around $369 for the 6 terabyte version that I have here. The 22 terabyte sells for $829 at the moment. What impressed me about this is its build quality. It's not just a drive in a plastic case. It is very rugged feeling. It is all metal. This is a mechanical drive, so you do want to be careful about dropping it or picking it up while it's operating, but it is certainly a lot more rugged for travel than you might get with something that costs less, and I think that's the premium you're paying here. It's a nice aluminum casing here and very, very heavy as well. Now, I did try to shuck this to get at the drive inside, and I was unsuccessful. There are screws here that you can get at with an Allen wrench on the left and the right-hand side, and there's additional screws underneath the rubber feet, but I was not able to get this thing to slide out, so I think it might be glued together. But I did manage to figure out what drive was inside. It is an Ultrastar Enterprise Hard Drive HC310. That is a WD drive, and of course WD is the parent company to Sandisk, and that's why you got that in there. So a pretty high-quality data center drive is enclosed inside of this, and we'll take a look at its benchmarks in a few minutes. Now, as a professional product, you're going to get the most out of this by plugging it into a Thunderbolt-equipped PC. USB 4 is also compatible with Thunderbolt, but it also works with older USB technology. So in a little bit, we can plug it into my iPhone, which doesn't have a Thunderbolt port, but can still make use of the drive. Now, you'll notice on the back here, it actually has 2 ports. One goes to the computer. The other is for daisy chaining, so you can actually chain other drives to this one and just stack them up if you need to. So it's nice to see that, and that's something that professionals need because you often have more drives than you have ports, and this is a great way to extend things out. On the back here, you've got the barrel connector for the power supply. This is powered by its power supply. It's not very large, and it provides about 65 watts of power, so I was able to charge my MacBook Air while using the drive through the Thunderbolt cable. But of course, if you have a more robust computer that needs more power, you'll need to bring along the computer's power adapter as well. There's also a power button to shut the whole thing off, and you have an LED button here to turn on and off its LED light here in the front. Now, the Pro Blade slot here, again, works with these Pro Blades that we reviewed a little while back. And when you pop the drive in, it will give you access to the Pro Blade in addition to whatever is on the hard drive here. So you could go to your computer and copy things off of here onto the larger storage and then pop this out and go back into the field. My only gripe with the Pro Blade feature here is that it is a USB 3 reader, not Thunderbolt. So you're not going to get the full performance that these little NVMe blades can provide to you. It's going to run at USB-C 10 gigabit speeds. Let me plug this in now and let's see how it performs. All right, I've got the drive plugged into my Mac right now, and we're running the Blackmagic disk speed test on it. And as you can see here, we're getting writes at about 250 to 260 megabytes per second and about the same on reads. This, of course, is dramatically slower than what you would get with an SSD-based external drive, but this is not so much designed for performance as it's designed for capacity. So as you're producing content out in the field, you can store it on here as a backup. I would suggest having multiple drives to make sure you don't lose anything, and that's kind of the gist of what this product is about. But for a spinning drive, not bad. Let me plug in now the Pro Blade and let's see how that works. Now the Pro Blades are hot swappable, so we can just pop it right in here and later eject it like we would any external drive. And as you can see, you get a separate indicator light for that. And if we jump back to my Mac here, you will see that the drive is mounted and all is good. So I'm going to run over to the speed test now and run that same test on the Pro Blade. Now again, we reviewed the Pro Blade system prior, so if you want to get more specifics about the performance of the drive overall, you can see that review. But I can say that the performance out of its USB-based reader is not as good as what I am getting typically on the external reader that we looked at when we reviewed this product prior. So it's fine for doing backups, but as an external NVMe solution, this is not a good one because you should be getting much more performance out of something like this, especially when it's connected up via Thunderbolt. But again, the drive reader they chose to attach to this product is USB-based. There's a USB hub inside of the drive here, and that dramatically reduces its performance. Now, when you get the drive, it is formatted for Apple's APFS format, which is what most professionals use on their Macs, but you can easily reformat it in Windows or Linux to whatever file system you want, and that includes both the hard drive here along with the Pro Blade. And at the end of the day, this is just an external hard drive, so it's going to work with just about anything you plug it into. I've got my iPhone out here, and I'm going to plug it into the USB-C port on it. And in a second or two, you will see both drives mount here on the iPhone, and I can access them and move files back and forth between them. So if you're shooting a lot of video on a phone and you want to offload that, you can very easily plug it in and do that, either to the internal hard drive or to a Pro Blade, or both if you want. And as you can see here, we've got the Pro Blade popping up here. I can browse the files. The G drive is on there as well. And all in, it is a simple hard drive that works when you plug it in. So overall, if you are a creator generating a lot of data out in the field or in your studio, I think this is a nice high-quality way to store it. Remember, though, there's only a single drive in here, a pretty decent one, but a single drive nonetheless. So backups here are important. So you may want to get a couple and chain them together here using your Thunderbolt daisy chaining capabilities to ensure that you've got some redundancy in the data. These also have a 5-year warranty. So you can, of course, get the same capacity for far less money, but you are going to get a higher quality product here for professional use that might give you a little peace of mind, especially if you have people paying you for the work and you don't want to risk losing the footage. I was a bit disappointed with the performance out of the Pro Blade here. It will, of course, provide better performance than the spinning drive inside, but these little NVMEs are only running at about a third of their potential inside of the enclosure here. So that's the only gripe I've got here, but I think for transferring data off these blades as they come in from the field, it should be adequate for that. So simple product here, plug it in, it works, and that is going to do it for this one. Until next time, this is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters Brian Parker, Budley, Hot Sauce and Video Games, Steve Green, and Amda Brown. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.